The West Virginia Mountaineers have added some defensive line depth to help them in 2022. Let's go. What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Jordan Cruz back here with the Country Roads Webcast. And before I get into this video, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder, if you would, do us a favor if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Helps us, helps you, helps get more of this Mountaineer football content out to Mountaineer Nation. If you would, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button as well. That helps with the YouTube algorithm. With that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so we knew that West Virginia had 4 scholarships remaining and that they were going to add some transfers following the end of spring practice. And the first one of those transfers has been added, and that is to the defensive line, and it is Georgia Tech defensive line transfer Michael Lockhart. Big guy, 6'4", 302, had offers from a lot of programs, chose West Virginia over places like Auburn, Virginia Tech, South Florida, several others. We knew that West Virginia would probably use most of these remaining scholarships on defense. Look for West Virginia to add a corner and a linebacker. Still, they need a backup Mike linebacker, and they need help in the secondary. Well, not necessarily help, but they do need depth in the secondary for sure, and a backup Mike linebacker. So look for those to be 2 of the additions. And then West Virginia also adding some depth here to the D-line. Kind of expected a little bit after the loss of Mesidor. Add someone that can play the nose or the defensive tackle position in a big body in Michael Lockhart from Georgia Tech, who has had good experience at Georgia Tech, played there for 3 seasons, was set to be a starter this season, but with the COVID year, a 2019 redshirt, he does have 3 years of eligibility remaining. And that's my favorite thing about this pickup. He's a redshirt sophomore, still 3 years left. And this is one thing that I've said about the transfer portal that I think is a major key that I think Neil Brown is starting to realize, as well as some other coaches as well. With the new transfer portal, players can transfer one time without having to sit out a year like they used to have to, under the old rules when you have to transfer and sit out a year. Well, if you get a guy that has multiple years left, you're essentially locking that guy in because he can only transfer once without sitting out. So he comes here, if he wants to leave here again, he's going to have to sit out a year. Most players aren't going to want to do that. So I think a big key to the transfer portal that a lot of people haven't talked about, and I think is just now maybe being realized by a lot of people, is that if you get a transfer that has multiple years left, you really minimize the chance of losing that guy, and that's a guy that's probably going to stay in your program. So that's one of my favorite things about this pick, is he has 3 years left, redshirt sophomore. He'll provide depth for West Virginia this season, in that second team, second string range. And then next season, maybe a guy they count on to step up and be a starter possibly. We'll see how he plays out, but great depth piece. Great body that you needed, another guy that can play the nose for you, which I think you really needed. Kind of similar body to Jordan Jefferson, but maybe even bigger. We'll see how strong he is when he gets here. Jordan Jefferson's the strongest player on the Mountaineer team. But I'm really excited about this defensive tackle transfer, Michael Lockhart from Georgia Tech. But what are your guys' thoughts? Do you like this pickup for West Virginia, and where do you think West Virginia should go with the remaining 3 scholarships they now have for this 2022 class? You can answer those questions and anything else you want to add WV football related down in the comments. That always helps us here on YouTube, and we really appreciate the interaction as we continue to try and grow through Mountaineer Nation. That being said, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz. Until next time, let's go Mountaineers.